ain't got shit on me!
Kong Skull Island, it is the second film in the now Monsterverse or Kaijiverse, when you want to call it. And it is a prequel, because this movie is a prequel to the 2014 Godzilla film, which I really do love that movie. I don't get the hate for that movie. I love the Godzilla 2014 reboot, and I was very excited for Kong Skull Island. I am a fan of the King Kong franchise. I love the 1930s film, the original film, the 70s film with Jeff Bridges. I'm sorry, that film is just... It's laughable to watch. And my favorite incarnation of King Kong is actually the 2005 Peter Jackson reboot. I do love that movie. That is probably my favorite version of King Kong on screen. Now, Kong Skull Island. Let me just say this right out the bat. Kong in this movie. Oh my god, he looks amazing. He looks better than ever. I love how huge he is. I love how he just punches things, he smashes things. It is so amazing. Oh my god. I love the way Skull Island looks. Skull Island looks amazing in this movie. It's shot on real location, which makes it even more amazing. Like, oh my god, that Skull Island is phenomenal. I love the way it looks. The monsters in this movie, oh my god, the monsters in this movie was great. Especially that lizard thing in this movie that Kong had to fight this movie, and the tentacle monster that he fought early on in this film. That was awesome too. This movie, Kong Skull Island, it has great action, great special effects. I love the action in this movie. But as a movie, despite having a lot of great action scenes, and Kong looks amazing in this film, and the monsters were great, this movie overall was pretty disappointing. Kong Skull Island is a disappointing movie, and this film is sort of like a BBS Suicide Squad thing, where it just have a lot of great moments, but overall it wasn't really all that good of a movie. I do have friends who did find enjoyment of this film. I do have friends who do love this movie. If you love Kong Skull Island, if you just want to see Kong punching things and a lot of great explosions, you're gonna love this movie no matter what. Like I said, I found great things in this movie. I just said them. But despite all that, so many other things that I'm gonna say about this movie makes it pretty so-so. The characters in this movie were insufferable. I didn't give two diddly craps about anybody in this movie except for John C. Reilly, because John C. Reilly in this movie, I actually did like. I did like John C. Reilly in this movie. He's a great actor. I love him. He is probably the only likable character in this film. Tom Hiddleston just felt like the generic action movie hero guy. That was basically his character in the film. You know, like one of those 80s and 90s action movie with a generic action movie hero? He was basically like that. Brie Larson's character also did not serve a purpose in this film. She's a great actress. I love her work. But her character in this film was just a photographer who just takes photos. That's pretty much her character. Don Goodman's character wasn't even all that interesting either. And Samuel Jackson just felt like the generic villain. His main motive in this movie, and pretty much his entire character, was just to kill King Kong. And you got these great actors like Tom Hiddleston, John Goodman, Samuel Jackson, Brie Larson, Corey Hawkins, Jason Mitchell, Eazy-E, and Dr. Dre are also in this movie too. I ain't like them neither. You have so many talented actors in this movie, and they just felt wasted, and I wasn't feeling that at all. Despite both movies being in the same universe, I'm going to compare this movie with the 2014 Godzilla film. Because when a character died in this movie, I'm not going to say who it was, I didn't felt bad or anything. I didn't felt any attachment to that character because none of the characters in this movie were good. I didn't felt no sympathy for anybody in this movie. I just waited for King Kong to kill them all. I know that's terrible to say, but when a character died in this film, I was like, oh, he died. But when Bryan Cranston died in Godzilla, I felt emotional because Bryan Cranston in this movie, I felt sympathy for him because his wife died. in the accident. I felt for his character. I felt bad for him. So, I felt bad for Bryan Cranston in that movie, Godzilla 2014, and the movie had Godzilla, even though Godzilla was only in the movie for 8 minutes, which was fine for me. King Kong was pretty much in the majority of this movie, which was great. But if only if this movie was better and had better characters, as this movie did feel choppy at some scenes, but I just wanted more in there. And too bad that I felt more characters in the 2005 reboot King Kong than anybody in this movie. Even Jack Black! Out of all the actors in that movie, I felt an attachment to Jack Black. He was a great character in that film, I'm not gonna lie, but I felt more the characters in that film than in this film. Kong Skull Island has a lot to like in this movie. It has a lot of things to enjoy in this film. But with characters and choppy editing and setting up this kaiju monsters verse that we're having, and awkward humor, which the humor in this movie is awful. I did not like the humor in this movie. It just hurted the movie, and this movie could have been great. I could have loved this movie. I'm wearing my King Kong shirt right now. I wear this shirt to my theater to see this movie because I was excited to see King Kong on the big screen with great characters. If you like the movie, it's cool. If you love the movie, it's cool. I'm not judging you. Go ahead and love the movie. I don't care. But for me, it could have been a lot better. I'm going to give Kong Skull Island a C+. Like I said, it's not an awful movie. I do recommend going to see this movie in theaters because it looks great on the big screen, especially with King Kong. And I hope that Godzilla vs. King Kong movie is going to be great and stay after the credits. That was awesome. Anyways, guys, if you guys have seen Kong Skull Island, let me know what you think of the movie in the comment section down below. As always, guys, if you're new to my channel, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.